Hi YouTubers, my name's Tom. I live in the northwest of England. I'd like to tell you a story about the okey-cokey kidney. 17 years ago, my daughter was born. At the time, she was very ill. She was fed through a tube for 2 weeks, 5 milligrams at a time. Her birth weight was £5, 6 ounces. My wife's afterbirth was an absolute disgrace. It was like fried liver is all I can describe it from. It was absolutely awful. Alarm bells started ringing in my head. For 7 years we took my daughter back and forward from the Countess of Chester Hospital. I argued with 5 different doctors, GPs in our local area. Each one of them moved me on, thinking that I was round the twist. After 7 years they did a scan on my daughter's bladder and accidentally found out that she had hardly any kidneys. For 7 years we've been feeding her all the wrong stuff. All the healthiest stuff that we could find was actually poisoning her. I'll go on. It gets better. Well, 4 years on, my wife gave my daughter a kidney, a live donor. A big, brave decision by my wife, a petrifying one for my daughter, and I can't tell you what I was going through, because what was going through my mind at that time, I don't even know myself. Well, here goes. I sat outside the operating theatre. The kidney took 2.5 hours to come over. It was 9 o'clock in the morning when the kidney arrived. They took the kidney into the operating theatre. I sat there hour after hour, looking at the clock, not a word out of anybody. 4 hours passed. Thought, told me it'd only be 2.5 hours. 6 hours passed. 7, 8. Around about 6 o'clock, half 6 in the evening, bearing in mind my daughter had been under since 9 o'clock in the day, the doctor came out, told me he couldn't fit the kidney in. Well, you can imagine what I was feeling at that time. The process, what they went through, was they had to put my daughter into a coma. He told me that he put the kidney in 3 times, had to take it out 3 times. He left the kidney on the outside of my daughter's body, put it into the coma, while he could search round for a surgeon with very small hands to help him put the kidney in. After a week of waiting, this surgeon came down from Scotland. Never met the lady actually, but I wish I could have. I wish I'd have turned around, been able to shake her hand, but as it was, I don't even know what the surgeon's name was. I know what the first one was. His name was Riyadh. He's still working in the Manchester Royal Infirmary now. Going to see him in a couple of weeks. Not very happy. And the reason I'm not very happy is, he turned around and said, he didn't know the kidney was that big, and he didn't know that Kerry was so compact inside. But prior to having the operation, my daughter had already had operations at Alderhay Children's Hospital in Liverpool. While they were putting a tube into her bladder so that they could put her onto dialysis, which I got trained up to do for her. I put her on dialysis every night for about 7 months before she actually had the transplant. They nicked the bladder, and I nearly lost her then. That was bad. I don't really want to go into all that, but that was a bad time. Well, they told me that a bladder was extra large, and Riyadh turned around and said he didn't realise the kidney was so big. Now, the kidney itself was a whopper, apparently. I was told it was going to be a couple of centimetres long, fit in. They were even talking about taking it out by keyhole surgery at one stage. Now, it beggars belief, because for 4 hours we went in, my wife had radio dye put into her veins so as they could measure the kidney. And I can't get it into my head how they didn't know that the ruddy thing wouldn't fit. Well, after it had gone in, after the week of being in a coma, a couple of weeks later, the artery actually collapsed. had to go in for another operation. They put what they call a stent into the line. 3 weeks after that, that bleeding thing went as well. I had to go in for another operation. My daughter, now 17, looks like she's 6 months pregnant. He said he wasn't very happy with the way it was sitting. Well, that's the understatement of the year, as far as I'm concerned. I've got to go and see him. I know the man has saved a life, but we did have other alternatives. We could have, there's new techniques out there, or we could have chose to wait and see whether we could have got a dead donor with a smaller kidney that would have went in. We took the option that we were advised to by them. I feel as though I've been ill-advised. I feel as though my daughter has been totally and utterly mistreated all the way through her life. Me and my wife are at our wits' end. Would you please, anybody out there who's got anything to say on this, give me a line, whatever you do on this thing, because like I say, it's the first time I've ever been on YouTube, and just let me know what you think, because I just don't know where to go. My head is literally up my backside. Sorry for being so blunt, and I hope you're all right and all happy. Yours, Tommy. Thank you. Good night.